What's up, guys? And so I honestly told my friend here that I wasn't going to make this video because it was my experience with COVID was rather uneventful, but I don't know. It's something. So anyway, let me say I'm not a doctor, obviously. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not telling you should you get COVID, how to deal with COVID. I'm simply telling you guys my experience and what I did with when I had COVID. So, um, I'm 99% sure I contracted it at work. Like four of us here where I work got COVID, two employees, and then two other people that were here. We all got COVID. My one coworker went on a Monday and got tested. Uh, Called and said, "Hey, I tested positive." So I went Tuesday morning, first thing, quarantined myself, until I got the results, and then I think it was Thursday I got the results that I was positive. So anyway, like Monday and Tuesday, I felt kind of shitty, and then when I got that call from the coworker, I don't know if it popped into my head at that point, and then I felt like I felt even shittier. But probably like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were the worst days of me having it, I would say. Um, and even at that point, like it wasn't really extremely bad for me. I never checked my temperature. I probably had a little bit of a fever. I was hot, like I sweated when I slept at night, and I felt really hot. But yeah, like as soon as I went and got tested, I went home. I had my wife bring me some like a bunch of Gatorade and stuff. So what I did basically like those first 3 days, I took ibuprofen as often as recommended for headache and fever. Um, I had some shortness of breath. But again, like that was the extent of it. Like I've been like sick before and felt worse than I ever felt during COVID. So it wasn't something that I felt like alarmingly bad. Of course, when I got tested, the dude told me like, hey, if that shortness of breath or anything, or you get pain in your chest, or you start feeling extremely bad, immediately go to the emergency room. Thankfully, it never got to that point. So basically, I drink a lot of green tea. I drink a lot of Gatorade. I drink a lot of water. My appetite never went away. I ate plenty of food. My taste did go away, my taste and smell. So, again, this was another thing. I was, wondering if it was just in my head or not. Because losing your taste, it's a weird sensation for me anyway. I typically eat food very fast. And while of course I do taste the food, I don't know. It was a weird sensation. So that was something else. I wasn't sure if, wow, this coffee, do I not taste it or is it just so hot? Or so I mixed some cold black coffee with green apple Gatorade and tomato juice. I poured it in a cup and I mixed it all together and I drank it and it tasted like water. So at that point I knew for sure that my taste and smell was gone. And I didn't have taste or smell for probably about 10 days. That was uh, that was definitely the longest lasting symptom. After those first few days, I felt bad. I felt fine. Um, Me and my son would play in the yard, throw the football and stuff on the nice days. My family all quarantined with me. We did the 2 week quarantine thing. Neither of them went and got tested. There was really no need to. Neither one of them showed symptoms. And, they quarantined for, the time that the government calls for or whatever. So I felt like it wasn't a need to get them to go get their brains tickled. We just assumed that they had it and were asymptomatic and to quarantine. So I took vitamin D and zinc throughout the duration. I take vitamin D and zinc every day anyway. Um, I supplemented vitamin C as well during the COVID duration. That is something that I typically don't supplement. I eat a lot of fruits. I drink orange juice pre workout every time I work out. So, that's something I don't worry about because I get plenty of it when I eat. However, during COVID, I felt like it was probably a good idea to supplement. The medical provider that tested me said it would be something good to supplement, so I did. Um, and again, that's pretty much, was COVID for me. I had a couple days I felt bad. I quarantined. I supplemented my normal supplements plus vitamin C. I ate regularly. I just couldn't taste or smell anything. And I felt pretty good for the most part. You guys saw my first sessions back to the gym and stuff. I talked about it in that video. Like, I felt kind of extra fatigued, but I don't know if that was, like the lingering remnants of COVID, the effects of that, or if it was the effects of completely not training for 2 weeks or anything. All I did at home, like I said, I played outside with my son. We ran around a little bit. I did some body weight squats. I didn't do any sets or reps. I just, randomly, waiting on the coffee to brew, I'd hit a set of air squats, or put toast in the toaster, I'd hit the air squats, etc. Things like that. I'd get up and go pee and hit a set of air squats. And then I did some body weight planks. I didn't do anything like super significant while I had COVID or anything like that. So again, this is what I did. This is my experience with COVID. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling nobody else what to do or what not to do. Y'all stay safe.